My name is Viola, and I was named after my mother's first love, her instrument. My brother and I owe our lives to Bronislaw Huberman for his recognition that musical excellence was not gender-based. While I never understood as a child the importance of what Huberman accomplished, I do remember my mother speaking about him very frequently and with great respect. My mother was a remarkable woman who bravely started a new life in Palestine, touring and playing with the orchestra and with several chamber music ensembles. In 1944, she moved to Cairo, Egypt, to marry my father, believing that this was going to be now the start of a whole new life. My brother and I were both born in Cairo, and when the Israel Independence War started to break out, we had to flee and did so to Holland. Within a year, we all moved back to what had become the new state of Israel, once again believing that this now was going to be our new safe home. Unfortunately, within 3 months of our arrival, my father died suddenly of a heart attack at the age of 48, leaving my mother with 2 small children. Most male musicians who have children and who succeeded in their careers were not single parents. They had support, be it through a wife or partner, somebody who could take care of the details of daily living. My mother didn't have that luxury. As a woman, she had to do it all by herself and probably surrendered some level of professional career success with less recognition for her talent and her musical accomplishments than she deserved. My mother loved Israel and her colleagues in the Israel Philharmonic and wasn't so sure she wanted to make yet another move. Eventually, however, after 3 years, her father and her siblings had all come to the United States, and they wanted us to join them. So my mother was told that the easiest entry route to the United States at that time was through Havana, Cuba. She made yet another connection, joined the Havana Symphony, and we lived in Cuba until the paperwork came through so that we could now move to U.S. For our new home. By the time I was 5 years old, I had lived in 5 countries, and English was now my 5th language. Excuse me. By the time I was 5 years old, I had lived in 5 countries, and English was now my 5th language. The truth is, it was not traumatic for me or my brother because of our mother. She was a strong, courageous woman who lived with a sense of determination, joy, and optimism that she shared with us. As a single parent, she was able to make a living as a freelance musician in New York, and she defied the common thinking that a woman alone could not manage both a career and a full family life at the same time. She never stopped making music, as this is what brought her joy and an inner level of peace. Her last performance was just a short time before her untimely death at the age of 65. Making music was not just a job to her, it was her life. The influence that my mother had on us and the people around us was palpable. Friendships defied our mother's life. She maintained bonds with people over the decades and across the boundaries of countries and continents. Long before email existed, she remained in contact through thoughtful letter writing, and she took every opportunity to visit with family and colleagues in Israel and around the world. Many of those were the people that she first met as a member of the Palestine Symphony Orchestra.